Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir, even though it's through the camera.
Thank you, Dana.
Let me ask you about your first big Senate Supreme Court nomination hearing process and what you're hearing behind the scenes as to whether Mitch McConnell is thinking about going for the nuclear option in order to get Gorsuch confirmed before April.
Well, here's the facts as I see them. Gorsuch is a thoroughbred. He's well credentialed. He's independent. He has a clean grasp of the law. No reasonable person could have watched those hearings. No reasonable person who knows a law book from a Sears Roebuck catalog could have watched those hearings and conclude otherwise. And I don't think Chuck Schumer thinks otherwise. I think Chuck Schumer doesn't like the fact that Neil Gorsuch was nominated by Donald Trump. And Senator Schumer, I mean, no disrespect, he wants a liberal. And his position seems to be that unless I get a liberal nominee for political reasons, I'm going to filibuster this to death. This will be, if he does that, this will be the first time in history that we have had a partisan filibuster in the Senate. Not a filibuster for good reason. There was a filibuster for Judge Abe Fortas, but that had to do with ethical issues. This is a purely partisan filibuster because the minority leader does not like the fact that Judge Gorsuch is a conservative, that he's independent, and that he was nominated by Donald Trump. I don't think ultimately the Democrats will do that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm naive. I'm new. But I like to think better of them. But I will tell you, if they do, I don't know what's inside Mitch McConnell's head. He's a great poker player.
Indeed.
But I've been around him long enough to know this, that he's not going to be intimidated by the minority leader. And what Senator McConnell has said to me, without elaborating, is this: Neil Gorsuch will be confirmed.
Understood.
And you know what? I believe him.
Understood.
I believe him.
All right. And if I could just switch gears, because, well, over in the Senate, you all have been talking about the Supreme Court. In the House, you've no doubt seen and probably witnessed some of the drama surrounding this vote that they're going to have in just 45 minutes from now over in the House. From your perspective, do you hear anything of whether the vote is actually going to be successful?
No. I've made a few calls this morning. Nobody cares to predict. It's going to be very close.
Do you have a preference for if it passes or fails?
Well, sure. I'd like to repeal Obamacare and put something in its place that is an improvement. Now the Speaker's bill started out, I wasn't giddy with joy over it, but they've improved it. If the House passes it, and I hope they do, it'll come over to the Senate, and we'll get our shot. We'll make it better still. And I've said from day one, and I'm going to keep saying it, Obamacare has been a failure. I will vote to repeal Obamacare. You can take that home to mama. And I will vote for a bill to replace Obamacare that I think is an improvement. Is that bill? I think we can make it better, but I sure don't want to see this thing crash and burn. Now, if it happens, if it doesn't pass, it's not the end of civilization. We can move on to tax reform, maybe come back, but the ultimate result will be that a small group of Republicans joined with the Democrats to keep Obamacare alive. And forget the politics. I think that'll just be terrible for the American people. But, that's majority rules.
Well, Senator Kennedy, I think everybody on the Senate side should be glad to have you around. Great demeanor and also great sayings. I am going to take that home to Mama. I'll let her know.
Take it home to Mama, Dana.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Good to talk to you.